a bit of old news, but I still thought it's relevant enough to comment on it, and I'm sorry, once again, you're coming from an alternative view, but the good news is, found my tripod. The bad news is they found it first, and they sent it me in the mail, so it's coming, I just don't know when. But nevertheless, normal service will be restored soon. So, Joe Johnson, brother to Boris Johnson. I can't remember which one's the older or the younger in the two, but he obviously last week resigned. Now, if you may or may not remember, cast your minds back to last week and even 3 days before Johnson quit. There was basically a secret, shall we say, sharing of the Chequers plan between the ministers, and it came out that they were not happy with this, that they were going to leave, there were going to be resignations, and as we've been told that apparently Johnson, or Joe Johnson, just to make it clear, is apparently not the last one to apparently go. Now, as of today, no one else has gone, yet, unless I do this video, and then 3 big people leave at once, and it just ruins this entire video. But I want to point out something, because I've said this from the very start of me covering all this Brexit shenaniganry. And I've always said from the very beginning, this is not a project that is based in reality. This is an ideological project that is being run by a small, hardcore group of Eurosceptics in the Conservative Party. And we are in a situation now where you have Aaron Banks, who went on the Andrew Marr show and said, yeah, if I knew this, I'd vote to remain. What? I mean, I don't know whether he's doing this just to cover his, like, you know, all the allegations that are going on, so maybe he's done it to try and cover those up. You know, who knows? But Joe Johnson in particular was always big on leave, and now he's come out, and not only has he just come out in favour of remaining, but he wants a people's vote. And this is where, once again, we've ended up in a hilarious situation that, once again, I want to point out, another Brexiteer has left the cabinet, and I want to point out that since Theresa May took office as Prime Minister, there hasn't been a Remainer that has left her cabinet office. It has always been the Brexiteers, and it's been the people who always said that we should buckle down and get to work. But for some reason, this doesn't apply to them when it comes to this. So here we are, in another fantastical situation dreamt up by the Brexiteers, and once again it's left to the Remainers, well, the Remainers, you know, to try and pick up the pieces that the Brexiteers made. You know, I've said it before and I've said it again 1,000 times. Brexit is not a position based in reality, is an ideological stance. It can never possibly be any way delivered to the satisfaction that Theresa May is trying to hold all the pieces of her party together. You've got the DUP threatening to walk over Chequers. Again, the Irish border situation has not been resolved, despite some of the stuff that you may have been hearing recently. It still has not been resolved. It is very likely the backstop plan will be the, you know, position. You've also got Ireland, who's basically said, look, if you impose a hard border, we will veto any plan you have. So you've still got that in play as well. So don't think that if the DUP, if they say, oh yeah, there's going to be a hard border around Northern Ireland, then you've still got the Republic of Ireland, who will just go, vetoed, no deal. So, yeah, Brexit is being fished as an absolute fantasy project, and people are still waiting for their unicorns on this, but they're not going to appear.